suppose. But that does not mean that we are going to let all cabinet secretaries free from the decisions that they have made. Some cabinet secretaries have actually cast a lot of doubts to Kenyans in terms of their capabilities to perform. And I think Kenyans have got all rights to question and request the president to act on this cabinet. And I think the president by himself actually has come out to even question the capabilities of his own cabinet secretaries. And I think that questioning by the president about the capabilities of the cabinet secretaries then points into a cabinet secretary that might not have been selected very well. But that does not mean that once you question, you can see Penina Malonza, for example, the cabinet secretary, even when she was being vetted, there were a lot of doubts about her capability to manage a docket. But after that, I think she's been able to come into terms with the reality that she's supposed to perform, and nobody has actually been questioning Penina Malonza since when she sat into office. But I think the focus has gone to other cabinet secretaries. There are those that are giving declarations that are not even pro-government. There are those that are giving proclamations that are very inflammatory to the public and to the civil servants of this country. There are those that are actually giving directives after being given orders, but there are those that are working. So I cannot say that in anywhere in the world we can get cabinet secretaries that are performing to the best of their abilities. Nowhere. I don't think there is any cabinet anywhere in the world that everybody is going to say this is a good cabinet that performs 100%. We are all humans. There is none that can be able to perform to 100%. But the majority of our cabinet secretaries are performing in a manner that they're casting a lot of doubts to Kenyans. I've looked at yesterday. Yesterday I was actually sad as a Kenyan. Looking at only point of entry and point of exit, that is the JKIA, raining. It was actually not drizzling. It was not leaking. It was raining inside the airport. You will actually see rain, and you will see staff struggling to contain the water from then spreading on the floor and letting people slide and probably even break their backs. And yet, the same airport sometimes back had given a warning, and the cabinet secretary for transport went in there, had even had people sacked. And after people were sacked, he said that he's going to give an order that the whole situation is going to be contained. That was some times ago. Now we see the same thing, and then we ask ourselves, why was he sacking people initially? Why was he putting a task force in place? Why was money appropriated for that function? And why is the situation becoming even worse? At that level, when you look at the situation and the functioning of the cabinet secretary and his action, you will then start to question that if all cabinet secretaries are going to operate in that manner, then we are only being given a lip service and not functions in this country. And the reason why we are saying not all cabinet secretaries are bad. And for this reason, I will laud Banamachogu for having postponed the opening of schools, even if it's at midnight. Because imagine, if he did not postpone the opening of schools, and you see this headline in all the newspapers flashing on Monday, even parents themselves will have asked him to allow them to stay for a period of another 1 week. So he actually even came before the parents. I'm telling you, even if you're a parent, you will not have sent your children to school yesterday having seen this headline. So I think the cabinet secretary at that point acted very well. He actually acted before the parents requested for the postponement. But for some other cabinet secretaries, what happens at JKIA is something that is regrettable. What is happening with the Ministry of Health, the striking doctors that has now gone into the 49 days, and there is no truce in between these people, then there is a reason why Kenyans are supposed to complain, and there is a reason why the president himself is supposed to complain. The president has complained, and I think he's told them, he's given them a warning, so that should he make an action of axing them off the cabinet, nobody will blame the president. Okay. I think for me, the president himself overworks, and the reason why he's able to point out on the cabinet secretaries iniquities.
Okay, and I think you've